anything.
I'm like, relief
Thank you. What kind of relief is this? Because you see, in my head, I was thinking they're intentionally taking the price high so that when they bring it down to this price that has always been on their mind,
it's going to go back
look
up.
like
don't even think
it will look it will look like it's a relief. What is this?
It's going to go back
976 naira per liter. Come on.
It's politics. I mean,
let's take a break.
They're all fighting themselves.
Our guest is on standby. Let's have a conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, tonight on the show, we will focus our attention to a pressing issue that continues to plague the country, Nigeria, of course. Now, the issue is the high cost of governance under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. The high cost of governance has faced significant criticism for several reasons. The appointment of 48 ministers, the highest since Nigeria's return to democracy, has led to increased government spending. Controversial expenditures include 14 billion for a new vice presidential lodge, 1.5 billion for vehicles for the office of the First Lady, 2.9 billion for replacing operational vehicles for the presidency, and over $1 million, $100 million rather, for a new presidential jet. The administration has always been criticized for spending, of course, large sums of money on international trips, you know, via their delegates, their events. I mean, 2024 budget proposal that includes an insensitive item of about 319.28 billion for publicity and welfare expenses. What's that? Welfare expenses. Now, 20 billion for the presidential fleet and 7.5 billion for foreign trips. Now, these expenditures occur amidst high inflation, economic hardship, hunger, and many Nigerians are raising concerns about the transparency and accountability, as well as prioritization of luxury over essential services like education, healthcare. I mean, the list is endless. So to unpack these billions being spent and whether they are absolutely necessary or contribute to the growth of the economy is a legal practitioner and a public affairs analyst, Tunji Abdulhameed. Thank you so much, Esquire. Let me add the Esquire. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for adding that. I struggle for it. And I appreciate it.
Yes, you worked hard for it.
Thank you, man.
Tunji, yes, I'm confused, right? Because I'm one of those people that always used to remind the First Lady, part of her campaign, it was so clear that day when she stood in front of everybody. My husband is a billionaire. He's a very wealthy man. He does not need your money. We all heard her loud and clear. And all of a sudden, we've gone into government and it's just a different ballgame entirely, right? First of all, what's your overall assessment on what's it called? Would I call it the level of responsibility of this government when it comes to financial management? What's your overall assessment?
How do I put it? That I won't be abusing anybody. I won't be using the wrong adjective to qualify those in government today. I think this government has shown that, look, they are not in government for the people. They were just there to enjoy more and to even lavish other money for their own personal benefits. I think they've been insensitive so far, and they're not showing that they are actually rich before coming to the presidency, because unfortunately the president and the wife are behaving as somebody who has been suffering from enjoyment before now, and now they are now chance to be able to enter a place where enjoyment is plenty. That's the way they are behaving. Somebody that has just been brought from one village that has never seen a good city before, now enter Lagos or was taken to London, and you imagine the way he or she will behave, and that is exactly what I see the way they are doing. They are doing things that see these are people who have their own private jet before coming to power. They have their own luxury cars. They have everything. But as they came into power, and they are still acquiring more luxury cars, more luxury things for themselves. It shows that the essence of being in government is not to serve the people. They were just there purposely to serve themselves. And that's what I see. And it's unfortunate that we have this kind of situation.
Okay, Sanzi, let me come to you.
Yeah, so I mean, we all know about the ridiculous budget and what World Bank is saying that it might get a little worse before it gets better. A lot of people are speculating that Nigeria is going to be in the ditch for at least another couple of months until maybe like June, July next year. But the real question here is, given that, especially for states, we were talking earlier about states and allocation and the fact that why are we spending how do I frame it? Why does it seem as though we are insensitive from the federal to the local? We are fighting for local government autonomy, but at the end of the day, it seems like it's simold. And states are getting a lot more allocation, but they are refusing to pay salaries, probably because they are wanting to, I don't know, maybe not pay arrears or. So the bottom line is, how do we constantly get this kind of people in government? Is it Nigeria? What are we doing wrong? Is it the hunger they're using to manipulate us? What exactly is the cause?
Oh, is that for me?
Yes.
Yes, it is for you.
Oh yeah, I thought I don't know. Sorry. I think we are because I think we deserve the kind of leaders we have today. I think so. We deserve it. We deserve in the sense that, look, those who are not, even those who are rich and the elites, when it comes to election or electing leaders, what matters most is what am I going to gain from it? What is the need for me? In fact, as low as 5,000, as low as 1,000, people will be ready to sell their 4-year term rights. And again, the elites are more culpable because they stay away more from the system. They only criticize and then they won't participate. They will say that politics is for the wicked, politics is bad, politics is this and that. And then when you leave the politics for those that you call wicked people, those are you call bad people, and you expect good results from the bad people, we are not going to get the good result we are looking for. So the point is that we've all abandoned governance for people that are charlatans, people who are just there for their own personal business. Let me tell you the truth. The majority of people in politics today are there for what they want to gain, not for the people. They're not going to serve. Imagine somebody who wants to serve and spending billions of naira and borrowing money because he wants to serve. What is he serving? Why must you go into that to that extent? But because you want to serve people. It shows that they have more in it than what we think. And we are not even holding them into account. That's our problem again. We run with everything they give us. We don't hold them into account. We don't ask questions. We allow sentiment to draw to divide us. Religion, ethnicity, and whatever. So you can see the last election. It was basically on the ethnic sentiment. Our local is our turn. It's this and that. No, those are there was no any special agenda from many of the majority of the candidates as to what they want to do. And we did not interrogate them. What they do at the campaign is to dance and sing, and that's all. So we don't ask questions. So as you see, if you have anyone that's trying to come into office, and that person is not rich, I tell you, Nigerians will know, and they know that this man is the person that can do this job. They won't vote for him. Imagine the Chief Late Ganifa Emi. He was loved by the people to the extent that they gave him senior advocate of the masses. The man said he wanted to. The man aspired to be the president of the country. You know how many? He got less than 1,000 votes. And everybody said he's the best person, he's good, he's this and that before election. They will do the election, those who have money are those they voted for. So we prefer to vote for people with money, whether they have the character, whether they have the qualification, whether they have the capacity, whether they or not they don't have it. We want to, once you have the money, you are good to go and people will support you. So we are the kind of people, leaders that will deserve it. And again, majority of us outside the system, in other words, that are not in government, are waiting for our own turn. That is the serious situation in the country. And the young ones are even worse than those in government today, because you see them, what they are after is what am I going to gain? They are not even interested in. Most of them are not interested in governance. Sure. Their own is about enjoyment. So the point is that the leaders we have in the system are people who are not interested. They are too greedy and selfish. That's just it. Because I imagine, I don't know what again they are looking for in life. Imagine some of them there. Some of them have been there since 1999 at the National Assembly. Some of them have been the system, from governor to being a senator, being a House of Rep member, being a chairman of local government, being this and that. They don't have any other job. And we praise them and we say they are rich. I know someone in Abuja today now. He has never practiced before. He's a lawyer. He left law school in 1999. He became a chairman of local government. From there, this and that, one position or another. And today people will say he's very rich. What was he doing? Nobody will ask that question. And when you ask, they say you are jealous. Or you have a friend who is working at the ministry or wherever, somewhere, he's collecting 30,000 salary, and he's building a house worth millions of naira, and you ask questions, they say you are jealous. So, and that's why I say we have the kind of leaders that we deserve the kind of leader we are getting, because that's our culture. We all believe in God has helped him. Just leave him, let him enjoy himself. It's his turn.
Yeah.
So and those leadership have seen that in us. That what we like is once you give them something, you give them small thing. They
keep quiet.
They identify that. They've identified that with us. That's the strategy that we are using today now. That was the strategy used when the current president was in Lagos, and it's working today.
Okay.
They make everybody. They reduce our economic power, and then you'll be forced to accept whatever they give. And that's why people will celebrate. That was buying for 140 naira or so before this government came into power, and then taking to 1,000 plus, and now reduced to 950 naira. People are celebrating it. Can you imagine?
Very, very sad. Let's take a break. When we come back, I'm sure Marianne has a lot of questions. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we're still having the conversation on the high cost of governance, and our guest, a legal practitioner and public affairs analyst, Barrister Tunji Abdulhameed Esquire, is still here with us. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also send us an SMS and WhatsApp on that number. Then call us on 070-2500-7749 or 070-142-42420. Those are the numbers to call. And when you do call, please turn down the volume of whatever device it is that you are watching us from. Marianne, go ahead, please.
Tunji, I know that, yes, the statement that you're making about the fact that, we deserve the kind of leaders that we have, but isn't that victim blaming? Because what do you expect the average Nigerian to do, the ones who don't necessarily want a slice of the national cake? They protested in 2020. What were they protesting against? Police brutality. And then they added the fact that we had bad leadership and bad policies, which was enabling these police officers to treat us badly. How did it end? That aside, fast forward to 2024, 2 protests, and Nigerians are being paraded, especially children, on national television as treasonous felons. And we're all keeping quiet and we're all folding our arms. What exactly do you want the average Nigerian to do if they've been beat down mentally, emotionally, and otherwise, and still made beggars in their own country? What do you expect from them?
Miriam, you are repeating what I have said. You are indirectly accepting what I have said. That, look, we are not forceful enough. We ask questions, they attack us.
But we have been forceful, Tunji. I'm saying that we have been forceful, but our force has again been beaten down.
We are not, because some of those who are even in the forefront of some of this struggle we are talking about are cashing out from it. That is the truth.
How?
No, they are using us to negotiate. They are just using us to get something. Did you not hear what happened? The expose regarding the NSAS issue, how money was exchanged hands, how hundreds of millions was given to certain people, part of NSAS. Did you not hear that? That some people went to the Lagos State Government House to collect 100 million naira. Did you not hear the news? They were accusing themselves that I collected it, I did not collect it. I told other people before I collected it. So the point is that those who claim they are even fighting for you are making money out of it. And some of them have realized that, look, I can't keep myself for this country. When you die for this country, nobody will fight after your death. Can you imagine now that those guys were taken to court for protesting? And we all kept quiet until they brought them to court that day. Luckily, one of them fainted, and that was all. Because you see, today now, if you call people out to come and protest now, they will say, oh, no, I cannot go. They will arrest me and take me for treason. So they've achieved their objective. The objective is to scare us away from that, and we are playing to their hands, and that's what it is. So for me, we are buying fuel for 1,000 for 140. How much was it before this government came into power? The dollar is now almost 2,000 naira, 1,000 plus, 1,700 plus. So many other items have increased, and we are still encouraging, and we are still indulging, and we are still finding our way around it. The day they increase the fuel price to 1,000, so whatever, I said, look, if we all abandon our car and refuse to go out or even leave our car on the road, the government will know that something is up, something is wrong. What do? That same day that they said fuel has been increased to 1,000, I saw people struggling to enter into filling station to buy it for 1,000 naira. They are even bribing. They are even giving bribe to those security to allow them in so that they'll be able to buy for 1,000 plus. So we are a people that once we are pushed to war, rather than fight, we try to see how we can break the war and enter. That's what we have. We say, look, let's just wait for your time. That's what people will tell you. Don't disturb yourself. Wait for your time. It will be when you tell you to get to your turn, do the same thing.
Tunji, I'd like to speak. Okay, Sanzi, you want to come in? Sanzi, were you talking?
I do want to come in, and can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Yes.
Yes, okay, I must admit, Mr. Tunji, that it is very, very sad. The example that you gave, like we've been pushed to the wall, and instead of fighting back, we're trying to like burrow holes or create holes and just jump through the walls. But the other day we were talking about EFCC and if they are truly fighting corruption. And the truth is, there are all these ridiculous expenses that the federal government, I read a long list of them, the renovation of the Vice President Shetima's house, the vehicles, and just all the ridiculous long list of things that they are doing. And recently, President Tinubu made some reductions in the convoy and ministers, not ministers, because he added like 7 more, removed 5. But irrespective of everything that he's doing, the truth is, or rather my question is, isn't there like a body that regulates these people or for checks and balances? I know there is EFCC, ICPC, and maybe other financial institutions, but are there really,
the National Assembly, Sanzi? Let me even help you, Sanzi. Sanzi, that is supposed to be the job of the National Assembly to checkmate the excesses of our executives. Do you understand? In fact, I was coming to Tunji because this is your direct purview. In the judiciary in this country right now, how are we sure that the judiciary has the heart of the people? Because it seems like the judiciary have been bought over. You know, recently I read somewhere that the president is building judicial quarters for the judiciary. So where we are right now in this country, we seem like we are helpless. It seems like it is only the people that have the means, just like you alluded to. Those are the people that get heard or listened to, right? What do you expect Nigerians to do? They've done everything. People died. They claim that people did not die. So many things happen. So everybody's saying, you know what? Let's just find a way to do it. Let's start to earn more money. Let's look for jobs online, right? The two bodies that is supposed to checkmate the excesses of your executives, the judiciary and the National Assembly, they are not doing anything. So what do you expect Nigerians to do?
They are working together in any way. All of them. They are collaborating. And it's harder. You see, we have a system that is not working, and we have a system that has been bastardized. You can imagine a national, by our system, we have 3 arms of government. We have the executive, we have the judiciary. They are supposed to be independent, and they are supposed to be equal as far as law is concerned. They are at par. The only thing is that the president is ahead of them because he has the finance with him. So, but these people, particularly the National Assembly, have seen themselves as a department under the executive. Imagine a situation whereby some of them don't even know their role, because you see them. I was watching a program yesterday on a particular TV, and a member of the National Assembly was being asked questions. He was speaking as if he's the spokesperson for the executive. These are the people who are supposed to check the executive. Their job is to check the executive, supervise them, ask questions from them. But they will be the one to come out and start defending them. They don't even know what their job is. A situation whereby the president of the Senate will represent the president at a function. It speaks volumes. A situation whereby a minister will be building houses for the judges. A situation whereby governors will be buying car for the judges. There's no way the system can be independent. There's no way they can do their job. They have seen themselves as under the control of the executive, both the judiciary and the what's it called, and the National Assembly. National Assembly are even the worst, particularly this particular National Assembly. They don't even do anything. What they do is just to accept whatever the president brings to them in the name of we are collaborating. We are not. It's not for us to fight the president. We're not saying you should fight the president. Ask questions. That is the job we're asking. In fact, all these protests we say we are protesting. We are not supposed to be protesting. These are the people that are supposed to be doing it on our behalf. They're not doing it. But let me tell you again, I'm not running the wheel. Lawyers are not part of the judiciary, for your information. Lawyers who are not working in courts, lawyers who are not working in court are not part. We are major stakeholder in the judiciary. So people make that mistake and think because judiciary are being attacked now, I'm trying to escape from it. No, I'm just trying to put the record straight. Well, you see, we have a system that is not working. That is bastardized, like I said earlier.
If lawyers are not part of the judiciary, how do lawyers ensure that their image is not dented? Because a majority of Nigerians buy the same sentiments that I buy, right? As long as you are wearing that black and white with your wig, you are part of the system as far as we are concerned. So what is the lawyer? What is the national the NBA? What's that your body called? What are you people doing to ensure that? Because the judiciary they come out from your association, the bodies of lawyers in Nigeria. I mean, they are not imported from mass.
Just like they are part of Nigerians. They are Nigerians. You see, the system is better. Like I said, if Nigeria is not working, no part of the system will work. It's like having an headache or having a pain somewhere. It will affect all your body. So you can't single out a particular set and say because this one is not working, this one is working. None of them can work because we have people. Let's interrogate how some of these people get into power. Those who are elected, those who are selected, those who are appointed. You know, the judges are appointed; they are not elected. Can we interrogate how some of them are appointed? That is where the problem is. Some of them are not qualified to be there. Some of them got there because they know somebody who knows somebody, or they know somebody who's somebody. Some of them are not. They were taken ahead of those who are qualified to be there. And when they get there, you see our system is a situation whereby rather than have a loyalty to our nation, our loyalty to those who are who help us to get whatever we are looking for. The CJN that's been appointed based on law by the president. See that as a favor to him by the president, and therefore he wants to do everything possible to align with whatever the president is looking for. An IDP, that a law of entire land was amended just to allow him continue his stay after his expiration of his office. Do you think that kind of an IG will act contrary to the president? The EFCC chairman that sees his appointment as a president's work, he does not believe that it was a law that says, look, the president should appoint a EFCC chairman. It's a law, and the government the president is just playing his responsibility under the law. As far as they are concerned, that was given to them by the president, that they must have their loyalty to that president. That is why we are not getting things right. Loyalty to the country is not there. What we have is loyalty to the party or loyalty to the president. You will see a minister, you call him to come and to address you or answer questions in your studio. Before he speaks for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, he will talk about the president. He will appreciate and thank the president for whatever he has done. So we are not a country where you can. If you see the last presidential election in the US, the Kamala, when she was giving her address, she said it. Our loyalty is to the state, not to any individual. But that is the case in the country. As long as we are not loyal to the country, as long as loyalty to those who are in authority, we will continue to have what we are having. Nobody will ask questions. Those who are supposed to ask questions are lying with them. The National Assembly are supposed to. Who are those that have been appointed to the National Assembly? Those who don't even know what their job entails are the people at the National Assembly. And that is what we see. How do they appoint them? some of them were selected.
Okay, let's take some comments. Somebody says, please ask your guests why the judiciary does not get their funding direct from source like National Assembly so that they can be independent to administer justice accordingly instead of accepting handouts from the executive. And somebody else says, good evening, ladies. Presumably, bandits took Chibok girls. They could not bring them back. Government took young protesters and locked them up for 3 months. Please, what is the difference between the government and the bandits? System has crippled almost all. So can you respond to the question around the funding for the judiciary?
That is about impunity. That's just a simple answer. Impunity that we encourage and we allow. Just like the one we are talking about, local government. The law is already there. Even for the local government, even for the judiciary, that their funds should be paid to them directly. But these people will not pay it, and nobody will ask questions. So impunity is what is also, I can say, is the answer. Impunity. We are lack of obedience to the rule of law, lack of following the constitution they sworn to uphold and not being followed. That is why we are having that. You see, there is nothing. The law is there already that they must have their fund directly, but they are not giving them. And these people are creating their own revenue that's not even allowed by law. For instance, the governors, they have what they call security votes. It's not known to law, and they've been taking it, and everybody has accepted it, that it should be. That and again, the First Lady's office is not known to our law, and it's being funded by government, and nobody's talking. Or people are talking and not doing anything. We only talk and not take action. We have the attitude of a situation whereby even those who are elected at the National Assembly, those that we see as being working, are those who will come back home and give us bicycle or tricycle or gari or rice. That is not the job of the National Assembly. It's not to share rice or anything. So for me, the funding that is not going directly to the judiciary is because of impunity, and that impunity is deliberate. Because without funding, they won't be able to control the judiciary, and that's what they are using to control them now. And that's why you see a governor with bragging of giving FICO to the judges, bragging of bidding houses to the judges. I imagine that those governments, if they have a case in the court, do you think the judiciary, the judges will be straightforward? No. So for me, it's an aberration and impunity that is causing this. We deliberately go against the law, and unfortunately, sometimes or most times, nothing will happen. And that's why they're getting away with everything. And the EFCC that we have, that you talked about the other time, the EFCC is only after the small boys, the small in quotes, small thieves. Those who are the bigger thieves have a way around their security. Once you belong to a federal cabinet, or you belong to the ruling party, your sin will at least 90% be forgiven until you go against the system. If you recall, the current Senate president, before he became the Senate president, he was being asked by the National Assembly the EFCC, to come and answer questions. He refused to go, and he became a Senate president. That has been forgiven now, and that's all. So, have you seen, if you consider EFCC, whenever a government is going out, do you hear them talk about calling ministers to come and answer questions? Only one or two will be called. Then you see them talk about all governance. So they don't see those with the federal executive as being under control to even ask questions from them.
Tunji, I'm so sorry. I need to come in. Do you think that maybe we are aiding and abetting, because everything that you're telling me, these people are not from Togo or Equatorial Guinea. They're Nigerians. Let's use the Jonathan administration as a litmus test. Many people kept saying, it's our brother, it's our turn. Let him leave him alone. We saw the same thing happen under the Buhari administration. It looked like, it's an attack against the North. Here we are, a government that really canvassed on, segregation. We're still hearing people say, oh, you people are just sore losers. A governor of a state Ogun State governor went on television, national television, to say that Nigerians were protesting against hunger. We're sore losers. Do you not think we're also part of the problem? Because it looks like if you are able to eat from the table or the crumbs of these so-called powerful people, then we're all quiet. And let the common person, maybe if we begin to look within ourselves as followers, because we're always talking about leadership, but what about the duty of the followers? Apart from complaining, are we doing right by ourselves to start with?
Marianne, you are just supporting or summarizing my point. You are agreeing with me directly. I have said it that's why I said we have the kind of leader, we deserve the kind of leader we are getting because we are not doing the right thing. That was why I said when Nigerians are pushed to the wall, rather than fight back, they look away and out.
And Mr. Tunji, we have argued that we punched a hole in that argument that Nigerians have fought back. But what came out of it?
How did we fight back?
Apart from fighting back, Tunji, I'm talking about, let's take for example, no, Tunji, hold on. Take for example, I go to a ministry of, let's say, information or whatever, and I'm trying to get a simple thing done. And the woman who sits there is saying you have to pay a certain amount of money to get it done. And I say, well, this is not what the minister said to us. The minister said it's free. And she looks at me and says, okay, you're not ready. Is she the government? Is she a leader? That's what I'm saying. Are we doing right by ourselves? Or, because we keep pointing fingers at those in leadership.
I agree with you, Marianne. I said we are like our leaders. What they are doing is what we are doing as well. We are all the same. We were as much as we blame the leader, we also blame the followers. We are not. That's why I say we are not doing we're not playing our role. And he keeps saying that we are paying. We are doing. The people have been asking questions. How many people? How many? Out of how many Nigerians? Even those who are, majority of those who are there, how many of them? Let's calculate it. When they call
Could it also be, Tunji, that maybe most of us don't know what our rights are or even the right questions to ask? Because you see, the truth is, most of us are asking someone, for example, in Lagos State, to do the job of local governments. That's because we don't even know what the roles of the local government authorities are. So could it be also that we're ignorant of all of these things that we're supposed to be asking for? Could it be? I'm not holding brief for anybody.
You are right. You are right. And that was why I made an example of the National Assembly. For any member of the National Assembly that is working today, when they say this man is working, what would they be saying? That is share what they will be reading as his contribution or achievement.
He built borehole.
He shared a give us certain life. That is not the work of the National Assembly. Recently, you see a trending video regarding a senator from Kogi State, a woman. People are praising her. I said, on the platform, I said, look, why are we praising this woman? Is that a job? Is that whose money to do this thing that she's doing? Is it her personal money? Should that be her job? Her job is to put pressure on the executive to do all these things, not for her to come and be sharing money. And that's why you see all of them fighting tooth and nail to ensure that, look, they have what they call constituency allowance, which is not even legal. And so, for me, we are not doing enough.
So, Tunji, if you could sum up what we could do quickly, because we have just 1 minute left, right? Is there anything that can be done for us to start to have independence with the body, the judiciary, and the the National Assembly? Is there anything that we can do?
The day we begin to elect people who will say we elect them, not that they are selected for us or they are appointed for us. I think that the day maybe probably will get some right. The day we appoint people to the National Assembly that know what the role of National Assembly members are, I think we'll be able to get it right. We are in a situation we have today because we have the National Assembly that's not doing its job. We incur a lot of debts because they were not asking questions regarding what the debt was. When Dr. Bukola Saraki, the 8th Senate President, was there, and he was asking questions regarding what the president is making to him, Nigerians were complaining. He said demand is an obstacle to the progress of the nation because he's asking questions. Just like what the Northerners are doing now, that most Nigerians are blaming them for asking questions on the bill. You bring a bill to the National Assembly, you say this bill has good intention. People have not gone into the content of the bill, and they were saying because somebody say there's a good intention. Good intention and the content are not the same thing. You may have a good intention, and the content inside that book may not be what your intention is. Yeah. And those people now interrogate the content, and they were not asking questions regarding the content. People are saying they want to kill the bill because these people are drawing us back. I feel There's
Thank you
nothing
so
bad
much.
when we ask questions.
Absolutely.
We're getting it wrong. We should begin to ask more questions.
Absolutely.
Ask more questions. Ask more questions.
Ask more questions. Thank you so
That's
much. We're going to ask you more questions, but some other time. But thank you. Thank you, Tunji, for your time this evening. Thank you, Sanzi, and thank you, Marianne. Before we go, please ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channels at Official Upgrade TV. Like, share, and invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. If you missed our quote for today, here it is again. A society can only progress when it builds a competent, cost-effective system that maximizes resources for the benefit of all citizens. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Ciao.
Hey guys, it's Oluchi for Ray's Breakfast. Thanks for always tuning in. Our research has shown that you're probably not subscribed to our channel. What are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you never miss out on our latest content and stay in the loop with all things Ways. If the channel grows, it means more great content for you guys. So hit that subscribe button now.